What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, beautiful fight fans across the world? And in this video, we're going to be talking about where UFC fighters from UFC 309 are going to go. And in this video, okay, we're not going to be talking about all of the fighters on UFC 309. Okay, we're not going to be talking about all of them. We're just going to be talking about the ones that matter. Okay, let's be real. Like most of the ones on the main card, I'm just going to talk about maybe some guys off the prelims, but even the main card, like I'm not talking about Karine Silva versus Vivian Araujo. I don't even know who's in those divisions. Okay, I couldn't even tell you the top 15. I probably couldn't even tell you half of the top 15. I probably could if there was a gun to my head, but I'm not gonna try. Okay, I'm not gonna try. We're gonna talk about the fights we really care about, and we're gonna do it now. Okay, heavyweight title bout UFC 309. The main event was Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic. So Stipe Miocic retired. Okay, he went off to firefighter heaven, so we're not going to talk about him. He's going to ride off into the sunset with his check. Shout out Stipe. He came, he just got his check, and he dipped. Okay? He's a W for that. He's a W for that. You know he got a fat bag for this. And he deserves it. He's the heavyweight GOAT. He's a legend of the sport. You deserve it, Stipe. So go out there, ring them bells, save the people from their fires, and enjoy your life. Okay? Enjoy your life. Because even though you were old man Stipe against Jon Jones, okay? But that's it. I'm just going to give him his sentiment. But Jon Jones, what's next for Jon Jones? We all know. Okay, we all know. It's Tom Aspinall. But do I think that fight's going to happen? No, I don't think that fight's going to happen. Even though Jon Jones was like, I'm open to that fight. Hunter and Dana just have to open up the checkbook. You know, he's going to pull that. Okay, he's going to pull that card. We're going to hear, oh, the UFC's not giving me what they want. The UFC's not giving me what I want, so I'm not going to fight Tom Aspinall. And he's going to keep pulling that. He's going to blame it on the UFC, so people, all the heat from him ducking Tom Aspinall goes to the UFC. He's going to pull that card. But we all know the real fight for Jon Jones is him versus Tommy Aspinall. Okay? Him versus Alex Pereira would be a big fight too. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see that fight. Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. But we need to see the Tom Aspinall fight before that, if that ever happens. Okay, Tom Aspinall versus Alex Pereira is also a huge fight. Okay, don't get it fucked up. But Jon Jones, fight Tom Aspinall, please. I think you could beat him. Even though, like, people were like, oh, he took Stipe to the 4th round. Jon Jones, okay, he's never been this crazy guy that gets you out there in the first round. This guy is not this guy's not Tom Aspinall. Okay, he's not out there KOing people. He breaks you down, and then he TKOs you, submits you late in the rounds. The Cyril Gane thing, that was a different story. Cyril Gane is just whack, okay? Cyril Gane is soc de bleu, okay? We know he waved the white flag. Let's just say that. He waved the white flag, but Jon Jones, please just fight Tom Aspinall. Okay, that's all we're going to talk about there. But this is what I really want to get into. So Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Let's talk about, who should we talk about first? Let's talk about Michael Chandler first. Let's talk about Charles Oliveira first because it's more exciting. It's way more exciting to talk about Charles Oliveira. So I got two options for Charles Oliveira. I got the second option, which is title shot. That's what everybody's saying, which is the option I would like to see, but not really. Okay, I would like to see my first option before that. And my first option is he fights Max Holloway for the BMF belt. Tell me not. That isn't BMF worthy. Okay, that's a BMF belt fight right there. Charles Oliveira versus Max Holloway headlining a pay-per-view. Oh my God, that would be a great main event right there. We need more. If we're gonna have the BMF belt, like just hanging around, we need more BMF title fights. Okay, we actually need these good fights between two BMFs, and Charles Oliveira and Max Holloway are BMFs, and they have history. Max Holloway beat Charles Oliveira in the past, and I need to see Charles Oliveira get his get back on Max Holloway because I think he could beat Max Holloway. Okay, I think Charles Oliveira could beat Max Holloway. I think he's one of the only lightweights that could beat Max Holloway. There's not a lot of lightweights that could beat Max Holloway, and Charles Oliveira is one of them, my boys. Alright, but that's the matchup I want to see. You know, I would love to see him go again and get another title shot. Imagine if Charles Oliveira wins the title again. I think it's very highly unlikely because he either has to fight Arman or Islam, and those are just not good matchups for Charles. That's just what it is. It's just not a good stylistic matchup. But if he had to go out there and fight Max Holloway for the BMF title, that's what I want to see, okay? That's what I want to see, but that's enough for Charles Oliveira Glaze. I already glazed blow enough. Okay, I knew he was gonna win. People were out here picking Michael Chandler. Screw Michael Chandler. Screw Michael Chandler. But what's next for Michael Chandler? I guess Conor McGregor. Nah. Don't give him the Conor fight. I don't even think Conor's gonna come back. Okay, like at this point, I think Conor's not coming back. It's been too long. If he comes back, it's gonna be for like one fight now. It's like so crazy how long bro's been out. But Michael Chandler, who should he fight next? Give him somebody in the top 15. Give him literally like Paddy the Baddy or some shit. But Paddy the Baddy's probably gonna fight Money Moicano. But I couldn't, like, who else in lightweight? Because he fought everybody. He fought Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. Like, we don't want to see that. We, like, of course, we'll watch them again if it happens. They're exciting fights, of course. But can we get some new blood? Can we get some fresh matchups? Like, who else is there in the top 15 that he could fight? Farasiam? I don't know about that one. Okay, I don't know about that one. Let's get some name value, though. Let's get some name value. Michael Chandler versus somebody with some name value. Maybe a Benoit. Even though Mauricio Ruffy called out Benoit, I don't think Mauricio Ruffy should fight Benoit, but maybe a Benoit, maybe a little Bobby Green action. Maybe a little Bobby Green action, huh? What about that? Bobby Green, maybe a little Drew Dober action. Okay, if he's gonna fight anybody out of the rankings, it should be Drew Dober. Michael Chandler versus Drew Dober. Oh my God, that's Chad versus Chad. That would literally be one of the greatest fights ever in the UFC. But yeah, let him fight Bobby Green. Oh, Gene Silva. There's a lot of good matchups for Michael Chandler out there. I just don't want to see him get another top 5 matchup. I'm sick of it because he just loses. He's like 2-4 in his last 6, and one of those wins is against Tony Ferguson. Okay, so he's really even beating Tony Ferguson is a loss at this point. But yeah, that's it for Michael Chandler. Let's get into the next one. Bo Nickal versus Paul Craig, the Kraken. You know, Bo Nickal, a lot of people were hating on his performance. I was too. I can't lie. When I was watching it, I was hating too. I was listening to everybody saying overrated at Madison Square Garden. I was chanting it with them. Okay, I'm a menace to society too out here watching it from my TV. I think I'm like the main character. But Bo Nickal, Bo Nickal, you know, even though he did beat Paul Craig, he won every round. Like, it was literally unanimous victory, and it was all on the feet. He didn't want to risk a takedown with Paul Craig jiu-jitsu. I think it was just a bad stylistic matchup, honestly. I think anybody else, Bo Nickal's gonna go out there and push the takedowns, but Paul Craig just has the jiu-jitsu, so he's not gonna risk it. He's not gonna risk the Magomed Ankalaev. He's not gonna risk it for the biscuit. He's gonna take his free W. But people like Chris Curtis will give Bo Nickal problems. Okay, people like Jack Hermanson will give Bo Nickal problems. People like Joe Pyfer will give Bo Nickal crazy problems. But who do I want to see Bo Nickal fight next? I don't think he's top 15 yet. Like, I don't think he's ready for the top 15 yet. Maybe, though. Maybe, like, somebody closer to the end. I think right outside of the top 15, he still needs some matchups. He still needs some build-up. Because that performance last night was not it. It was just not it. It was just not... Like, he looked good. He won every round, of course. He dominated. He did on the feet against Paul Craig. But it just wasn't that impressive. Didn't leave a stamp on anything. He had Paul Craig so hurt at one point, and he just didn't go for a finish. Like, it was just a frustrating fight to watch. Let's just say that. The least. But who do I got for Bo Nickal? Bo Nickal should probably fight, like... Yo, he should just fight Sharaputin Magomedov, honestly. Just make that matchup right now. Make that matchup right now. That would be a huge matchup. That could literally, like, co-main event of a UFC Abu Dhabi fight night. That could main event a UFC Abu Dhabi fight night. They both have big names in the UFC. I could see that happening. Bo Nickal versus Sharaputin Magomedov, but it's probably not going to happen because Sharaputin already has a fight for UFC Abu Dhabi soon. But they could fight on, like, on the main card of an Abu Dhabi fight for sure in next October when they go back to Abu Dhabi for sure. Bo Nickal, I think he should fight Sharaputin Magomedov. What do you guys think? Just get somebody's O has got to go. Okay, wait, does Bo Nickal have a O? He might have a French fry. I think he has an O though. I'm pretty sure he's 7-0. But yeah, he's 7-0 for sure. There's no way he has a French fry. But Bo Nickal should fight Sharipputin Magomedov. That's what I want to see. And I feel like even though people would say, oh, it's too early for both of them to fight each other, it's the UFC. Okay, we can make matchups. We don't care. All right, but that's it for that one. Let's get into the next fight I want to talk about. Mauricio Ruffy versus James Lontop. Who's next for Brazilian Conor McGregor? He didn't, like, James Lontop, that was a catchweight fight. Don't forget. Okay, that was a catchweight bout. Even though he didn't get the KO, Mauricio Ruffy was out there. Like, if they was at 155, he would have KO'd James Lontop. That's all I'm saying. James Lontop had the extra weight. He had the extra power to his chin. He even missed weight for their catchweight fight. So, his chin was double reinforced. Okay, he bought shield for his chin. He bought plates for his chin. He spent 1,500 comp points. He bought, like, come on. He was up there. He was up there. He would get cracked. The syringe would go, like, okay, I'm done. But who's next for Mauricio Ruffy? I don't think top 15 yet. He called out Benoit Saint-Denis. I don't think that's a good call out. I think he should fight, Drew Dober. Maybe him and Gene Silva both. Drew Dober just falls victim to the fighting nerds. Who else? Oh, Chase Hooper? I don't know. There's at lightweight, maybe a little James Vucenic action. I don't know. He should just fight somebody right out of the top 15, I feel like. I don't think he's ready for the top 15 yet. He called out Benoit. Not a good call out. Maybe he can get somebody closer to the end of the top 15, but I don't think he's ready yet. I think he needs still a couple more fights to build up to them ranked opponents. And I think he's in like a similar spot to Bo Nickal. Maybe 2 fights behind Bo Nickal, in my opinion. If that makes sense, I feel like that does. But there's one more fight on this card that I wanted to talk about, and it's 2 more fights actually. No, one more fight. Marcus McGee versus Jonathan Martinez. So I like Marcus McGee. He's an entertaining fighter. He has great boxing, and he was winning those first 2 rounds with his boxing alone. But Jonathan Martinez just has great leg kicks. So who do I want to see Marcus McGee fight next? I mean, he just beat a ranked opponent, so he should fight somebody like Rob Font. Kyler Phillips, his teammate, just lost to Rob Font. So let Marcus McGee try to get Kyler Phillips' get back. Let's see if they both get the Rob Font fraud check. Are they ready? Are they ready for the actual bantamweights? Because Rob Font is an actual top 10 bantamweight. He's a Neil Magny of the bantamweight division right now. That's like the position he's in basically right now. But give Marcus McGee Rob Font. That would be a great fight too. They both have great boxing, so it would just be an insane clash of boxing in the bantamweight division. A great fight to watch. But Jonathan Martinez, what's next for bro? He didn't do that bad against Marcus McGee. Showed negative fight IQ when he has him so hurt to the legs and then he starts grabbing him. Like, come on, bro. Tee off on him. You have his legs so hurt. You could have won that fight. Jonathan Martinez easily could have won that fight in that 3rd round. But everybody was saying it. Even the commentary was saying it. But who's next for Jonathan Martinez? You know, he just fought Jose Aldo and lost. He just fought Marcus McGee and lost. I think they're 2 great bantamweight fighters, so there's no shame in that. There's no shame in losing to Marcus McGee or losing to Jose Aldo. So who should he fight next? You know what? Screw Mario Batista. Let Mario Batista fight Jonathan Martinez. Okay, Mario Batista don't deserve nothing better after bad performance he had against Jose Aldo. He don't deserve nothing better. But he lost it. Jonathan Martinez lost to Jose Aldo. He got to fight somebody outside. Maybe Jonathan Martinez can get some Peyton Talbot action after Peyton Talbot's next fight. That sounds like pretty good right there. Maybe Peyton Talbot could break into the top 15 a little bit. If he beats Jonathan Martinez, he's ready for the top 15. That's all I'm going to say. Peyton Talbot. And I think that's a good matchup right there. Maybe Jonathan Martinez, because Jonathan Martinez, he's probably going to take some time off for that after that fight. Nah, actually, he didn't take too much damage, though. So maybe Peyton Talbot's not the best shout. You know, he's gonna fight down though. He's gonna fight somebody unranked probably. He's probably gonna fight somebody unranked next, or maybe like 15, 14. So it's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be something like that for Jonathan Martinez. But I think the Peyton Talbot matchup kind of makes a little bit of sense, no? Jonathan Martinez, we'll see if Peyton Talbot's really about it. I think Peyton Talbot has a fight booked, but after he gets through that fight, which he probably will, and he probably will get out there unscathed. I don't know why he's not fighting more often. He got out of UFC 303 in 20 seconds. So Jonathan Martinez, I think he could fraud check Payne Talbot. I'm putting it up right now. All right, you were here. You heard it here first. But that's it for this video. I just want to make a quick video talking about what's next for the fighters at UFC 309. You know, it was a okay pay-per-view. Okay, it wasn't nothing great, nothing special. But Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler was obviously the highlight, and that wasn't even the most exciting fight at times. But the 5th round was good. That's it for this video, though. I yapped a lot, so I'm sorry if you got it to the end. I appreciate you if you got to the end, but thank you for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe. I'm dropping videos like this almost every single day, and I'll see you in the next one, man.